Welcome back, 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 welcome back to ASMRB, to ASMRB, to ASMRB, to ASMRB, to ASMRB, to ASMRB. You can call me B, you can call me B, you can call me B. I live in NYC. I live in NYC. I live in NYC. So it may be a bit noisy. It may be a bit noisy. You may hear my squeaky floors, and it may be a bit noisy. It may be a bit. It may be a bit noisy. It may be a bit noisy. It may be a bit noisy. I wanted to show you more of my fragrance collection. And I also wanted to wait, hold on. I wanted to make sure that I haven't done these ones for you yet. No. Okay. I'm writing them down real quick so that I don't repeat them, you know? Just for you. Just for you. Let me write these down. Gonna make sure that I don't repeat any, because that would be embarrassing. You know? You know. I did want to say that. Oops, that's not how you spell that. There we go. Okay. Okay. Those are written down. So, before I show you, oh, you might have seen it. Oh, you saw the top of it. I wanted to thank y'all because the channel is monetized now, which is insane to me that enough of you have watched and liked and subscribed, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate everyone who has watched, who has subscribed, who has commented, who has liked. It's I read through all the comments. I respond to most, if not all. Well, I'd say most. Like 90% of them I respond to. Sometimes I don't know what to respond to some of them. But anyway, y'all have been so nice and so supportive. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I am gonna have ads run at the beginning of my videos, and hopefully that doesn't bother y'all too much. It would allow me to continue to grow the YouTube channel and continue to make content, versus if it's not making any money, it's like one of the first things to get cut out of my schedule, recording an ASMR video, and I don't want that. So if that makes sense, hopefully that doesn't sound stupid. But I really appreciate everyone, and please let me know if there's ever a mid-roll ad. There should not be. I believe I have the settings correct, but YouTube doesn't give me as much control over ads and ad placement as I would like. So please comment if there is a mid-roll ad so I can turn it off, and make sure that y'all aren't getting interrupted. it's a little, you know what? It's a little too bright today. It's a little, how's that? Let me just, before I get too far along, Lady Red. This is Urban Hero, Jimmy Choo Urban Hero. If y'all don't know my background, I used to work in fragrance. And we would have like selling goals and from different brands and stuff. If they were releasing a new product or a new line or something like that, a lot of the time they would, us salespeople would be encouraged to sell their product in the form of like a competition, and whoever won the competition would get a free bottle, usually, sometimes. And that's pretty much where my entire collection came from. I think I've only purchased like 3 or 4 fragrances in my lifetime. This one was free. Shout out to Jimmy Choo. Shout out to the brand rep for Jimmy Choo that gifted me this when I sold a lot for them. Jimmy Choo Urban Hero. It's fresh. It's fresh. I'm gonna spray it because I don't wear this one. Most of them I don't wear because I have too many. But I've been giving them away. Like when someone comes over, I don't have many people come over to my apartment, but when they do, I try to give them something because I want to get rid of them. And I gave some away to y'all. I gave away 2 to some of you subscribers, so thank y'all for subscribing. Yeah, it's like a masculine fresh. It's not bad. Citrusy, I think. What is it? What do we got? Top notes of lemon, caviar, black pepper. Heart notes, rosewood, vetiver. Base notes, gray amber, leather, accord. It's good, actually. It's better than, in my opinion, I think it's better than the other Jimmy Choo fragrances that I have smelled. I like kind of the half and half bottle, the glass, and like the aluminum, metal. I don't know what this is. Oh, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, I did my eye makeup today. I've worn mascara before, but I've never done eyeliner. I'm not, like, I did this alone. Eyeliner alone, no help. First time. Hopefully it looks okay and it's not shit. Okay. That's Jimmy Choo Urban Hero. Next is Armani Code. Armani Code Eau de Toilette. They have a few different Armani codes. So this one is like the black one. Can you see it? Can you see it good? Slender, tallish bottle. These are all like 3.4 ounces, I think. Yeah, all the ones that I have today are 3.4 ounces, which you can technically travel with. Eau de toilette. Seductive and warm is what they describe it as. Olive flower accord, Gaiac wood essence, tonka bean absolute. I do remember the tonka bean base being pretty strong. Oh, I'm sorry. Arguably, it's a fresher smell than Urban Hero. Urban Hero actually has a little bit more warm tones than this, because this doesn't have any like spice. I don't have my normal microphone today because, oh, sorry, that was kind of loud. Because I've been having issues with it, so I sent it in for tech support for them to do some testing on it, but I don't have it still, so. At least as of the time of recording this, I still don't have it back. So I'm using a different mic that doesn't have stereo recording or like binaural, unfortunately. But hopefully it's still good quality, that it sounds nice. You'll know by now. I might test out when I'm editing. Because hopefully, I think most people's goal when watching ASMR is to relax or fall asleep. So you're not really paying attention to the visual. So I may just test out like panning the audio left and right, kind of fading in and out throughout the whole video. At least for now, while I don't have my stereo audio recording. Armani Code. I think out of all the, I know Giorgio Armani Aqua Fresh. I don't have that one. It has been popular for like 20 fucking years. Probably like close to 30 years at this point. And I don't really like it. I think it's kind of boring. Fragrances are personal opinions, but this one's nice. I think this one's my favorite Armani. Mostly glass bottle with a little plastic kind of topper and a plastic cap. Giorgio Armani. Well, Armani Code. I think it's Giorgio Armani Code is the full name, but whatever. I don't have my notes. I don't have notes on these, so I'm talking not out my ass, but talking from memory, and my memory, it's been a while since I've been selling fragrances. Like, I haven't been in the fragrance industry for like 5 years now. Because 2020. Because COVID. I'd probably still be in it, to be honest, if it weren't for COVID. But I'm happy where I'm at now. Happier, I should say. Prada Carbon. The glass sounds are very nice. This is one of my favorite Pradas. I think I like Prada Luna Rossa Black the most out of the Prada line, but Prada Luna Rossa Carbon's still good. I'm gonna be honest. I think this one's turned. Like, it doesn't. This is the thing with fragrances. People don't realize that they can go bad, and it's not just a marketing thing. I mean, some brands, it is a marketing thing to get you to buy another one quicker, sooner, but typically they don't last very long. This one, it doesn't necessarily smell bad. Like, it doesn't. They don't go bad in the sense that they smell bad, but they don't smell like how they used to, if that makes sense. Or how they were intended to. So, some people will like have the, because a lot of people don't use fragrances every single day of their lives. They'll have the same fragrance for like over 5 years, which most of the time, over 5 years, the fragrance will turn. Won't be the same anymore. This one's smelling good, actually. It's smelling better than it was. But like, a lot of people will like have the same. A lot of men will have the same fragrance for like 5, maybe even 6, 7, 8 years, and they'll finally run out because they only use it for special occasions. But because it has turned and it doesn't smell like how it first initially smelled, then when they come into the store, they're like, "Do you have Prada Luna Rosa Carbon?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's right here." And then they spray it, and they're like, "This doesn't smell like mine. They changed the formula. You don't know how to do. They have to change the. They must have changed the form. Why did they always gotta change the formula just when I started to like something?" Shut the fuck up. Sorry. I don't get paid enough to deal with that shit. No one in the service industry gets paid enough to deal with your shit. But it's usually because their fragrance that they had at home actually turned and doesn't smell like it initially smelled. Usually, a fragrance company or a fragrance brand will announce a new formula. Like, they will make it a public decision to be like, hey, for example, Parfums de Marly released Sedley, which is in like a lighter blue clear bottle. Really good fragrance. But when it first came out, it didn't last as long as their other, and people were really disappointed. And they redid the formula, and then they brought it back and they re-released it. And they had us like pull it from the shelves and stuff, and like they were very public about, hey, we're making a new formula. Granted, it made them look better for making a new formula because, anyway, they were public about it. That's my point. Is that most fragrances, when they change a formula, they either make a whole new fragrance and they name it something different, or they will state somewhere. Whether or not that's in store, whether or not the salespeople know that, that's a different story. But if you go to the brand themselves, like on either their website or social media of some kind, they'll usually say it. The Prada Luna Rosa line don't come with caps. Not official caps. They have like a little plastic thing that's meant to be removed, and then that's it. But this little red line matches some of their like their shoes, you know. Next is actually one of my favorites that I do like and use. Don't use it too often because it's a little sweet, but I do like it. It is Replica Jazz Club. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Replica Jazz Club. I like Replica. They have pretty cool looking bottles. They have cool they have cool names. They have good fragrances. It's Maison Margiela. Maison Margiela, the designer. Their fragrance brand is called Replica. So, Jazz Club. Fragrance description is heady cocktails and cigars. It's a more masculine fragrance. Also, no cap, but it's very smoky and heavy. I kind of breathed it in too much. Wait, there's like now there it smells like a fragrance store or smells like a department store. There's like too many fragrances going on now. It's got little like rope string up here around the top. I feel like with their label, this is also kind of like a fabric label, which is cool. I feel like they were going for, I don't know which one came first, Replica or Le Labo, but it kind of gives me a Le Labo vibe. Not that they smell like each other, just the bottles, the kind of branding, kind of similar to me in my head, because this is Paris. Maison Margiela is a Paris brand, and so is Le Labo. But I have a Le Labo that I'll show you next, and you'll see what I mean with like kind of the shape of the bottle and the design aspect is kind of similar, at least in my opinion. It's a similar vibe. I'm not saying one's copying off the other. I specifically waited to record this video because I was waiting for my nails to be a little bit longer so I could tap on them. Or tap on the fragrances better. But it's yeah. Brooklyn 2013, heady cocktails and cigars. That's kind of the vibe of the jazz club. It's very good. I get a lot of compliments. A lot. And last, and certainly not least, well, kind of least, what is on the bottom of this? Hold on, there's like wax. Sorry, there was like a weird, like it almost was like I had set this on a heated wax candle for some reason. I don't remember doing that, but there was like a piece of wax on the bottom that was like half melted. See what I'm saying though? Kind of the same vibe as or Replica has the same vibe as design aspect as Le Labo. This one's called the Noir 29. I got this one for free as well. I actually think that this one's messed up. It's not my favorite. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's messed up. This is what I was... Yeah, I think it broke. That's why I think I got it for free. Like, there's a way to get it out, but it won't spray. If I dab it on my skin, oh my god, that really hurts to stab myself with it. It's not my favorite, and it doesn't spray. My favorite from Le Labo is another 13, which I've showed you on the channel, but Le Labos are all eau de parfums. As far as I know, they're still all eau de parfums. The Noir is like, good gracious, it's falling apart. It's very like spices heavy. It's not very fresh or clean, not really citrusy, but it's also not very warm. I don't know how to like. It's unique. It's very unique. I think it's very. I think some people will either love it or some people will hate it. Um, but I think that's why I got it for free, is because this wasn't like uh, a what's it called? This wasn't like a competition challenge or whatever. Sell X amount of bottles, get a bottle. This was just like this was damaged and was not sellable or usable really as a tester or anything. So. But I encourage y'all, if y'all, I'll make some cap sounds. If y'all can afford Le Labo, because it's spendy, it's very spendy. One, it's worth it in the fragrance world. It's a good, for what you get, it is good quality, but it's a lot of money still. But if you can't afford it, I'd highly recommend going and testing it out, and if you find something you really like, get a bottle, because it's a very fun experience, the whole thing. They train their salespeople / associates, employees, people of Le Labo to actually craft the fragrance there in store. As far as I know, they still do that. I would hope they didn't get rid of that. That's kind of their whole shtick. Because it's made fresh. They have all the ingredients, and like they have a scale. And they have like these pipettes, and they get the oil to a certain level, and it's very, very cool. And they make your own bottle, and then you can like label it. In Nordstrom by JJ for Michelle B. You can do custom labels on it and stuff, so it's really, really cool. Also, you do get a discount if you bring back. So if you really like a fragrance from Le Labo, you get a discount when you bring back your bottle, because they'll actually do like a refill. I think it's like 10% off, which is pretty cool. Encourages sustainability, so love that. Love that. But it's a very cool brand. This and Parfums de Marly are probably my favorite brands. That's that'll be all for today, okay? I hope you enjoyed, and I hope my audio sounds good to you, even though I don't have my normal, typical mic. Okay. That's all. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night.